Hey guys, it's the DevGabe here. So you can see that this is my robot script, and I made a video about 4 years ago with the script, and I had an issue with it. People said in the comments that they had an issue as well, and it had some errors. So I went around and I fixed it up, and I actually made it more efficient now because I combined all of the animate scripts into one while loop. Well, not while loop. The anime script is actually with the main script. So there's going to be two scripts I can show you right now. There's going to be controls robots and there's going to be a mechanics. So the mechanic script has the animate and has the health and it has the sounds. And it's all in one, and it doesn't even use a while loop. So I don't know what I'm talking about. And you can see here it is connected to a child added, and it will run in the background with connect. But I'm thinking of combining it into the control robots, the animate, the sounds, and the health, because it can run in one while loop and you don't have to use the connect operator. I can show you in the goals that inside here it says combine mechanic script as control robot script and have no connect. So connect, there's nothing wrong with connect, but if you can combine it into this control robot script, it's actually going to be better because it's going to run in one while loop, and having all those connects, like imagine you had part.touched for thousands of different parts just to kill them. It's better just to not have that and to use you could use part.touched on your own limbs, like your own character. So you just detect whatever touches your character. So you set the .touch properties to the character's parts. And that would be way more efficient than having thousands of connections just for each killable brick. So that was something I saw on the dev forum, and it's better just not to have connect at all and just to use a while loop to connect the event. So I'm thinking of making a new video called Connect Pooling, which is just combining all the connections by looping it into a while loop. And that just basically destroys the connections and makes them not even a connect because it's in a while loop. And you could use player added in there. Player removing is probably the only one that you can't do because you have to have it run instantly. You can't have any delay for player removing because you want to save the player's data prior to them leaving the game. So you got to confirm it. And how you confirm it is that you have player removing, player.player removing. So I will show you the robots, and there's going to be 3 weapons. There's also a statistics right here. So if it goes to 50 or above, it's actually bad, and it's called receive network. You could enable it in the settings, and I think it's called performance stats in the settings. And as we walk into the range, they will pull out a random weapon. There's up to 3 weapons. It's either a fire axe, and the damage is low on purpose, but you can change it inside of the script. Shotgun, you got the M16s, and it's only going to 20 KBs. They will continue to follow me. And of course, I can start killing them. And these guys, they walk to these blue points. So they would walk at the blue point, and then they spawn at the red points. So they walk randomly, but I have to lose them. Let's see if I can lose them. Shotgun looks amazing with the big fire rate. Yeah, I'm losing them now. And as soon as they heal at 100%, they'll play a health sound, and they'll start walking. You can see over there, they're walking back to the waypoints because they lost me. And you can see that I never reached anything above like 50. Oh, there you go. I just reached above 50. I just played myself. But it shows that these guys don't take up a lot of lag, and they actually are very efficient for your game. And I turned off ragdolls because ragdolls are pretty bad, but you can see that they're gonna walk to that blue point. There you go. He just clicked the blue point. Now he's gonna go to the next waypoint, or he's gonna follow me. So yeah, I turned off ragdolls because it was just too laggy. So when they die, they'll split into pieces, which is way more robotic, like fantasy robotic. But it just shows the nice retro Roblox. I guess all these parts make the lag, but it doesn't go too high. It's 50. You can see the frame drops because it went above 50. Target is 50, so anything above it is bad. And the shotgun looks amazing. They swing. They have two swinging animations. They got the swinging here. They got the other swinging. And they got the M16 with the flares as well. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll have it in the description. I can show you the control robot script. So I'll go into the server so it doesn't make any noise. So in the control robot script, you guys can, I just noticed that I made the model and there's going to be a print statement, but you could just delete that print statement. And if you look up here, this is where we have the robot settings. The processor speed, that's basically the while loop speed, 0.1 seconds. The targeting speed is a different while loop. It just comes in only when they have to shoot. So this is the second while loop. So it's not exactly one, but this one comes on and off depending on if it has to shoot. So shooting just takes a second while loop, and that's not too bad. That's two while loops, one running, and then the second one running individually if they have to shoot. Maybe there's a way to make it so you don't have to have the second while loop. I could trying that out in 3.0, but this is 2.0, so it has to come back out in the future. If you want to change the amounts, it's here. Aggro distance, you could put it up for snipers, but you're gonna have to separate it, and you're gonna have to detect if it has a sniper. And there's already a attribute for that gun name, so it's gonna be under the NPC, so you always know what weapon they have and throughout the script because it's an attribute. And you can always add more attributes as well. So if you did want to add the sniper, you wanted to increase the distance but not increase it for each. For all of them, you could just do that with the attribute. Half gap, move more precisely if you're within 40, because I had this problem in the beginning where they weren't moving, so I had to update their waypoint more precisely as they move closer. And then when they're really close, within 25 magnitude, or 25 studs of magnitude, they will get really close and they will move extremely fluent. And roam walk speed 12, aggro walk speed 18, so they walk faster. Near waypoint, except waypoint if this is close. This is to stop the stutter step. Although there was stutter stepping, I think it's way less noticeable because of the near waypoint. So this just does not use the move to finished connection, because move to finished is also a delay as well, and it stutter steps. So this will make it so it doesn't stutter step. Unstuck power, if it gets stuck, it will leap forward. So if you want it to leap forward farther, you can make this like 60. Corpse time, how long the corpse will be on the game, how much it will fade in, and how it will fade out during the respawning, and it will fade out when it's about to be destroyed. And far points, amount of far away points to consider. And the search timer. So if they lose you, they'll continue to try searching for you for 10 seconds. And then they'll actually go and walk. That's why it was kind of hard to lose them, because there's a search hunt timer. And yeah, this script is pretty nice. It's a very big script. You know, it's a very big line of code. And I used the object cache module just to make it so you don't destroy the part. Because if you ever use the instance.new destroy function, it actually makes your game lag way more. So I don't recommend the destroy, and I recommend that you use object cache or part cache. And now I use object cache just because they said that they use bulk to move, and I can move models. So I'm thinking of using that to move the model of an NPC farther away and then moving it really close just for what I need. So I will use that that idea with the next update. And then lower here, we got all these functions. It's just the storage functions, and then the NPCs functions, create NPC. And I made this like 4 years ago, and I was looking at it, I was like, wow, this is really impressive. And I went back to and I wanted to fix it up, and I wanted to add these 3 weapons. So I added the M16, I added the trench shotgun, I added the fire axe, I optimized the code, so now it runs on object cache. And I fixed up the code, so now it doesn't error. And if the path fails, this is a very important one. When the path failed before it made all the NPCs stop and only made one of them move. So now I fixed it so that if the path fails for one NPC, only one, it will make it so that they move without pathfinding. So they will still move, and they'll move randomly as well. So if they can't find a player, then they'll move randomly. And that's in the closest player function. It moves either left or right randomly, and it will move towards that direction, or it would follow the player if it gets that position. And then if it doesn't move, it will leap forward. So that's a great way to have path failed. And we got the checks velocity. If they're not moving, then we got a way to fix it. And if it doesn't work with the 0, because if the walk speed's 0, that means that we changed that in the shooting script. So that's why it doesn't work when the walk speed's 0, because that's just if they're too close, then it makes the walk speed 0, because we don't want them to jump all over you and shoot you right in your face when they could just shoot you when you're 10 studs away, you know? And I had a problem with this before, but I never had any other errors. So maybe you could remove the P call. I just kept it because I had that error coming in, and I just didn't want it to happen again. I just never had the print statement ever appear for some reason, so which showed that this never errored. And yeah, this was in the original script. The problem that I had in that script from like before, but this fixes that issue, the P call. But you could remove the P call. I think it's not going to error anymore, but I keep it just for emergencies. Even though its P calls are pretty bad, it's good to have a P call just so it's just to ensure that it doesn't error. And you could use spawn or task.spawn, so if it errors, it will just raise it inside of the area. So I could use task.spawn, and maybe I will use task.spawn, because with task.spawn, and I don't need the success or the error, it makes it so if it errors, it won't do anything bad. And of course, I have to remove that. And with task.spawn, you guys have to do this as well. Unless if I update it, I could just update it after this video ends. So it will be task.spawn. If it errors, it won't cause any flares with the script, and it will spawn each time that the waypoint is complete. So this is great for a custom move to finish indicator. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. This is a destroy right here, just because they must have gone coded, they lost their humanoid. So if you lose your humanoid, I'd rather just destroy the NPC and let it automatically respawn. I have an automatic respawn detection that just runs when one other NPC dies, and the on death function. So this is just to check if they lost their humanoid. And if they lost their humanoid, then we would destroy the NPC, because they lost their humanoid. Why would they still be in the game? How did they lose their humanoid? I don't know. Even if you fall in the void, you don't lose your humanoid, you lose your model. So they wouldn't even have an NPC, which is the model itself. So yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.